Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Good morning and welcome in everybody to another wonderful edition of the Ultimate Autographs live break room, coming to you live from the snowy and usually city beautiful Burridge, Illinois. It's a winter wonderland here in the Chicagoland area this morning. I got Chipmate on my left, Rob back in the host chair with you guys for the Saturday morning edition of the Ultimate Autographs live break room, and we got a brand new series to debut for you guys, backed by popular demand, our Weekend Warrior Bundle series, and it has the most variety I have seen yet from a Weekend Warrior series. We're covering all facets of sports and media, from musicians to, we got some WWE and boxing included in there. Baseball, we got just about everything. Basketball and football as well, obviously. But it's been exactly a week since I've seen my man Chinmay. So between that time, my friend, over the course of the week, obviously coming off of Black Friday yesterday and Thanksgiving the day before that, how was your rest and relaxation for the holidays so far?
It was good. It's been good. I am not a big Black Friday shopper. So yesterday I was basically just lounging around watching football, and then had a party at night to get to. But yeah, we didn't really have big Thanksgiving plans for the first time in a long time. But it was good. It was good to relax a little bit and just chill out, watch football, and enjoy Thanksgiving and relaxing. Yeah.
That's what it's all about, right? I mean, for me, that's great that you were at least able to relax.
It's probably the least that I've eaten over the Thanksgiving, three-day Thanksgiving.
What's your go-to? If you had to choose one, I asked Robbie this yesterday, and I love Robbie's enthusiasm. I was like, "What's your favorite thing that you had?" And he named everything he had twice. So I was like, I love the energy, but if you had to pick it down to one.
Traditionally, at the Thanksgiving gatherings that we have, I always go cornbread and mac and cheese.
Nice.
Those are the two that I really load up on.
Cornbread's a
we
good
do
choice.
The turkey and cranberry sauce and all that stuff, and the mashed potatoes. But yeah, the cornbread and the mac and cheese, that's like I just wiped that out.
There you go. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I'm a huge stuffings guy. So my family had our own version of stuffing. My girlfriend's family, who I was with, had apple. Had like an apple stuffing mix. Yeah, well, it was, but it was interesting in all the best ways. So we're stuffed on our set, recovering from Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys are as well. And got all of your Black Friday shopping in yesterday here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. My man Foog Donner starting the chat off early this morning. Good morning to you. And Charles saying hi, Rob and Chinmay. Always good to see my man Nelly Belly up and early on a Saturday morning. And look, how about this? Foog saying, "You'll never believe what my wife won," Theth, of course. She got a bundle, and we won the Myles Garrett and Patrick Mahomes custom Speed Flexes yesterday in those bundles. So for those that missed it, we had a Speed Flex exclusive series yesterday as a specialty before Common and Dom came in and basically wiped out an entire QB room that actually got dropped. So, and by saying wiped out, last night they dropped it, and it was 30 boxes available. Now we're down to 4. But the great thing is, 3 out of those 4 are photoed headliners, and all 3 of them being premier quarterbacks. Some at the college level, some at the NFL level. One is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. We'll get to that momentarily. But before we can get to anything, Chinmay, of course, we got to roll ourselves into the dice room and see what we can get ourselves into today. So you got any guesses on what the dice roll can be, my friend? I know what your favorite number is. So
I go 8, so I'm just going to stick with that.
I have to just realize at this point that I just have to ask myself and be like, it's never going to change, but you know what? Got to be kind and courteous. I'll go with 9. That's what it was last night for Robbie and Rip. Rip Camelucci made his blackout debut last night in the UA After Dark show, in case anybody is pulling an all-nighter from that and joining Chinmay and I this morning. We got 7. Let's go to 7th heaven this morning, everybody. Get ourselves going. Big Ohio State and Michigan game today. Yeah,
huge Ohio State Michigan game.
Yeah, I saw that the spread difference was pretty vast. It's about 10, right?
Yeah,
it's about 10 or so. Yeah, in favor of Ohio State. So we came obviously college game day. That's something that Chinmay is going to primarily lead us through. Talk about some college conversation. If you tune in Saturday mornings with Chinmay and myself, 9 a.m., noon, 3, 12 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure to drop a like. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single moment here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. So, guys, usually I would end up having the Chase wheel spin decide our fate, decide our destiny for what we're going to do. However, I'm going to reward everybody for getting your weekend started off with Chinmay and myself. So guess what that means? Weekend Warrior time is here for everybody. So that is going to be the Chase wheel spin. And let's start there. In the Weekend Warrior brand new bundle that we have available. So guys, make sure to get those break spots in, and let's take a look throughout the break room on this beautiful morning. And as soon as I speak, Chinmay, we already have 5 spots broken into in the double.
Yeah.
So that's
by the way, yeah. So I have adjusted this on the break page. These are 6-spot breaks, and they're done by sport / division. So like football is its own spot, basketball is its own spot, baseball is its own spot, wrestling, boxing, music / entertainment, all their own spots. So normally we do the 8-spot breaks with divisions. This one, 6-spot break by sport. That's how it's going to be done. And all it's in the descriptions on the website. So be sure to check that out before you know what you're getting into. But on that note, so the single box break, which was 3 to go, is actually 1 to go.
Yeah.
Because it's a 6-spot break, not an 8-spot break.
So that obviously means that life has become a lot easier for everybody here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. 2 less break spots to obviously go in and crack something into. Very similar to our 1 and 4 mixer, which, by the way, guys, has 1 box left to go in that, or 1 item left to go. And we know what that is. That's going to be a secondary headliner, Kurt Warner, the American underdog in KW. So there's nothing I like a little bit more in my morning coffee than a Chase wheel spin to get myself going. As Chinmay just mentioned, we're 1 spot to go. That's going to clear out probably by the time that I take this graphic down. So instantaneously, about 10 to 15 minutes in, all of you lovely folks are going to get a chance at a Chase wheel spin opportunity for those that buy into it. Keep in mind the Chase wheel spin single and or double box break. If it's just one particular series on the Chase wheel spin, all the names are going to be combined together at the end of the show to give away some Ultimate Autographs credit. Nelly Belly's excited. He said, let's get that single Weekend Warrior close.
Yeah.
So
he just bought in. So
beautiful, Charles. Thank you very much, my friend. This is what we got available. This is now the thing I love about the Weekend Warriors, 2 different things. The variety, for one, and then the headliners. Some of our most coveted headliners in terms of quantity are found in this particular series. And if you really want to start listing off all the points, Chinmay, $65
Oh, yeah. Price point is right there.
It's almost, it's slightly above a practice squad, but it's also well below a diamond and a vault. It's basically kind of right in the middle between both.
You're getting the headliners of what you would get in a diamond or vault series, but at a practice squad level price point. And you're diving into other sports, whereas in the practice squad or the diamond, it's primarily sticking to football.
Yeah.
Here you've got baseball, basketball. If you're a wrestling fan, you got a Bret Hart championship belt. You got some Sandlot bats in there. There's some music and entertainment. I see Ozzy Osbourne, so that's an interesting one. I don't know what other sort of music and entertainment names are there, but you got Tyson and Holyfield. That could be an interesting double up.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah, and then we got and then you also have Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
as well as a secondary headliner, which we'll get to in just a second.
Absolutely.
So guys, make sure to close out this series, which has it.
Yeah.
Right on cue. So let me go through the headliners really quick. Chinmay's going to set up the names for us, and I'll ask for that first box, guys, in just a quick moment. But let's talk about what this first Weekend Warriors single box is going to look like. 20 headliners, 30 boxes, a 6-person division break in the single and the double. Doing things a little different from how we would traditionally do this Weekend Warriors series for those that remember. Guys, do not feel like an L7 weenie and go after that Sandlot autographed cast bat. Now, it's kind of hard to differentiate who we have here on this bat from what I'm trying to see. So I can see Squints, I see Smalls, maybe Benny the Jet Rodriguez. For those that had a childhood crush on Wendy Peppercorn out there, maybe Wendy is on that signature for that bat as well. So very, very cool. Again, this would be a part of the media, I believe. What is this division break
I think
again?
Sandlot is in the music entertainment.
Okay, entertainment. So entertainment. There
I
it
think
goes.
Sandlot goes in the entertainment. That I'm guessing that's not a baseball hit.
Yeah, we'll see when the time comes. Maybe it's the first one.
I'll clarify that.
Yeah.
Based on because that's a good question because it's on a bat.
Yeah.
So that's a good question.
It might be.
I'll double check that.
Appreciate
My guess is that it's music entertainment.
Well, there's no guess who Mariano Rivera's on. The all-time leader in saves. That's going to be on a baseball bat. Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors, the greatest shooter of all time for the Golden State Warriors, is on the jersey, the only headliner jersey we have available, with Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, two of the greatest boxers pound for pound in the history of boxing. This is my first time seeing this, having an Everlast signed boxing glove. Absolutely fantastic part of memorabilia. That'll definitely be on the table at some point today. With Roman Reigns and John Cena on the Funko Pop, Ozzy Osbourne, an autographed album. For those that watched our Halloween edition of Ultimate Autographs, we gave away an autographed Ozzy Osbourne guitar for our Halloween mixer series that we had. One of the nicest giveaways that we had once that series concluded. Giannis Antetokounmpo, who made his return to the hardwood last night against the New York Knicks. He's back on the Deer District edition for the autographed basketball alongside Larry Bird. The Hick from French Lick makes his way back into the break room as a headliner once again, alongside a guy who had one of the greatest games a running back has ever had in Detroit Lions history not too long ago. Chinmay probably doesn't want to hear about it, but Jahmyr Gibbs had a fantastic week. What was that? 2 weeks ago now, where he had over.
I didn't mind it because Jahmyr Gibbs is on one of my fantasy teams.
So there you go. Yeah. So it's a still you got to be happy about that. What, 55 points? I think he had. So
like 53, something like that.
A casual 53, 55 points. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. and Pedro Martinez headline the lids for the baseball series. Chinmay alluded to it not too long ago, the WWE champion, and Bret Hart and his autographed world championship belt. And then Aaron Donald, and how about this right here? A Steve Young midi. Steve Young, guys, don't worry. But I'm going to have fun with this all day long. I love our marketing department, but if you give me a chance, if you throw me up a lob, I'm going to throw that thing down 10 times out of 10. A Steve Young on the midi, the Speed Flex midi. Very, very cool. And some of the secondary headliners you guys can see. Allen Iverson, The Answer, Frank Thomas, Emmitt Smith, and Deontay Wilder, another boxing edition. So, guys, going to look for one number here. One number for the Weekend Warrior 1. Hopefully everybody is staying warm and toasty on this for Chinmay and myself.
It's the first kind of major snow event of the Chicagoland area. We did have snow earlier in the year, but it didn't it didn't stick down as much. Wasn't like a crazy snow. This is the first sort of major event. So I'm seeing 9 before wheel.
You're seeing 9 before wheel, exactly 7 milliseconds before. So Big Mike had those quick thumbs in the chat. So guys, going to do the wheel randomizer for you, the name randomizer, which will eventually lead to the wheel randomizer at the end of the show. So this is what I love. I love to see the aggression in a brand new series. You got to strike while the iron is hot, guys. 20 headliners, 30 boxes coming up. Twice as many headliners as secondary headliners. Doesn't get much better for your odds to be in your favor there. About a 67% chance of that going your way. And again, on top of that, this being a 6-spot division break, I'm going to mention this all throughout the day, Chinmay. Just obviously having 2 less people to go up against. For me, for example, I'm a guy that likes to get things done as quickly as possible. So especially, I was going Black Friday shopping for myself last night. If I can guarantee that there are 2 less people in line that I have to wait for me to get to the checkout counter, I'll take it any way that I can get it. So let's see what we got lined up here for our Weekend Warrior numero uno.
And this is actually one of the better double box spots because the last Weekend Warrior we did, it was by teams. Even though some teams were in different sports, we did it by teams. This one is done entirely by the sport itself. So you don't even have to worry about getting in with a different team. You just get into the different sport spots and knock it out that way.
Just give me one moment here, guys. So I can, as much as I love the, let's see, is it this? It's a lovely backdrop here. And that's the After Dark. So guys, welcome back to the UA After Dark show. And now we're just totally blacked out. Okay, so this is interesting. Talent frame, what is this? Just give me one moment, guys, so I can get the product cam going really quick. That's interesting. I've not seen this before. Huh.
Try clicking like that, just chatting. See what happens.
Yeah, and it's the break scene for the product cam itself. Yeah. To see if that's up, you mean, in here? Let's see. Don't think it's...
Now try clicking break scene.
Yeah, okay, it's definitely something in here, guys. So, the millionaire Rob broke it. You're damn right I did, Foog. You gotta now you gotta come over here and fix it, dude. Let's see. I'll throw in a nice MIDI for you there, Foog, if you can come over here and fix this for us. You guys know long enough, especially me for whatever reason, I have the some sort of witchcraft when it comes to the technology and cams here. So, not in a good way. It's literally black magic on the screen right now going on. So just give me a quick moment, guys. I want to see if I can, let's see, it's not the Roadcaster. Talent frame, product cam. I don't know what this could be. Because when it loaded in today, it had this in the break scene. So
I would just stick with just chatting.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a shame, guys. Okay, so here's the thing, and this is where we have the break scene. So what we're going to have to do, unfortunately, so what I'll be able to do, guys, again, while we get that fixed and adjusted, I'm going to read to you guys the divisions and the names that you guys are in for the divisions. Once the break is done, I'm going to pull the break scene back up so you'll be able to see who the winner is in the break scene. So at least you get the full screen edition, I guess, for when we do this. So box number 9 is going to be taken off the ticker. Chinmay, thank you for the box. Let's see, Weekend Warrior. And the Weekend Warrior is going to have 1 through 8, 10 through 30. Perfect. Let's get down to it, guys. Sorry about the delay, everybody. Gives you guys a couple extra seconds to get the crusties out of your eyes this morning. Michael Arias, little box color magic. He's looking for a football hit. He is definitely targeting either that Jahmyr Gibbs authentic or the Steve Young MIDI, and the Aaron Donald authentic would be a nice start to your day. Kevin Sack, basketball season. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Larry Bird could be coming your way. Also, he has wrestling, boxing, and music and entertainment, so he's got a lot of great options to go with. And Nelly Belly, the big Atlanta Braves fan in the chat, he's looking for a Frank Thomas, a Mariano Rivera, Or I'm going to say right now, I don't want to guarantee anything, but because it's on a bat, Chinmay, I'm going to lean towards that being a baseball hit for the Sandlot. So
Okay.
we will see what that is, only because it's on a bat, right? So, but we will see. Well, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that being the Sandlot. Let's see what we got here. First hit that we have available for you guys this morning. Ooh, very, very nice. Okay, let's go. Awesome way to start our day. My favorite basketball player of all time.
Nice.
The answer to start our morning problems is solved. It's an Allen Iverson Funko Pop. Very, very cool. The 2001 NBA MVP, as Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant would say, the greatest pound-for-pound basketball player he ever went up against. He said, let's all just be thankful that this guy was not 6'6", and that could not ring any more true. Again, guys, going to be a little hard to get this into the break scene camp for right now, as we like to call it, where it's obviously zoomed in. You can see everything. So, just because I want to be kind and courteous, Chinmay, you can let me know how this looks on the.
It looks solid.
Looks solid.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys can see the AI autograph.
I mean, given the circumstances, it looks very solid.
Yeah. So that's going to go to our guy, Kevin Sack. You pay to play, you get 4 out of the 6 spots, and you get rewarded for it, my friends. So awesome way to start off. Personally, I don't think you could have started off any better. So this is his 2005 All-Star. So this is actually just about 2 years before he eventually had that really big controversial trade going into the 2008 season. 3 games in, they swapped point guards out of the Mile High City.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups for Allen Iverson. To try to give Carmelo Anthony a little bit more of a late career punch. So that's very, very cool.
And we have the double coming up right
Perfect.
after. So
Perfect.
things are definitely moving in this series.
Yes, they are. Gonna ask for 2 numbers for that in a second. So Kevin, congratulations, my friend. Yeah, the Blackout Series as well. I've got to take that off the ticker. Thank you, Nelly Belly. Appreciate it, my friend. See here. And then the Weekend Warrior was not included in the ticker. So let me take a look at that real quick. Let's see. Thank you, guys. Looking for 2 numbers. Weekend Warrior double number 1. All right, awesome start. Just so you guys can see.
You have the note?
Yeah, I'm gonna write that up in just a second.
All right.
I got Kevin Sack right there, just so you guys can see his basketball hit right there. This is, this is basically, imagine this being the Coma edition of Ultimate Autographs, because this is exactly what you would see if you were just listening to us. This is just the blind version of Ultimate Autographs here. But we'll get that fixed. If not during this show, then definitely in between shows, to say the least, guys. So I'm looking for 2 numbers for the Weekend Warrior double. Joshua Bateman, Al Gona, Ty Percival, my guy, and then Ryan Noonan. First time seeing Ryan here in the break room. Doesn't say that you are a first-time player, my friend, but if you are, feel free to let us know. Favorite player, favorite team. We got 4 and 26 from our guy, Ty Percival. So 7 times around the world we go for our guy, Ty. I'm sure he's playing also for his son in Talon, another break room regular in Talon Percival. So it is holiday season, folks, here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Keep in mind, guys, something that I do want to update for everybody that is aware. If you do buy into a personal, going forward for the immediate future until we get other word, we are not unboxing personals live on air. So do keep that in mind. We are keeping those separate from the series that we do have currently going on. For example, if you get a jersey personal, we're keeping that separate from the jerseys that we have available in the series, so on and so forth with the minis, until further notice. So just wanted to give those that purchase a lot of personals, because we've seen that a lot lately, especially a lot of the new people that come into the break room for the first time. They actually end up going through a lot through personals, and it's a great way to get started, right? It's one of the 2 ways that you can guarantee yourself a chance at a win here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. And right on cue, we got a new guy in the chat. Our guy Ryan Noonan, who's got 2 spots in this series. Good morning, Ryan. Awesome to see you in here. He said, first time in this box open, but I have been in here for a few double diamond helmets so far. Nice. If you picked up any wins at all for those diamond doubles, feel free to let us know because we do still have a diamond double available for you. We still have an Aiden Hutchinson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Emmitt Smith, and Brock Bowers authentics all still available in that diamond 2-minute warning series. So, tie box call here. Gonna open this up, and before I do, let's see what we're playing for what. Al Ganoa getting the football spot at the very top with Ryan Noonan. There you are, Ryan, going back-to-back in basketball and baseball. My two favorites, so sprinkling some luck your way, my friend. Ty Percival with the box caller magic. He's looking for a takedown. He's looking to put his best wrestling move here in the chat
He's
today.
in the wrestling spot.
In the wrestling
That's
spot.
what he wanted.
Exactly.
So.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully something comes up for him.
Fingers crossed for our guy. And then we got Joshua Bateman, the Batman. Hopefully he's awake, because I don't know how Josh does it, man. He plays in every single one of our break rooms, it feels like, at 9, noon, 3, and 6. And then he's also somehow fighting crime at the same time. It's amazing what he's able to do. You know, a lot of people say the same thing about this particular player. They say, how is this guy able to do this? How is this guy able to take a mid-major team all the way to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament? How is he able to, at his scrawny size, who had a hip jump shot all of his way through high school, how is he able to become the all-time leader in three-pointers made in NBA history? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he's the greatest shooter in the history of the NBA. And that's going to be Steph Curry on the autograph jersey, our headliner jersey hit for our guy Ryan Noonan.
Congratulations, Ryan.
That is going to be a headliner hit. You guys are going to get a way too close-up of me, more than you'd like to see this morning. But the Steph Curry autograph jersey right there. You got the JSA certification as well. Awesome hit right there.
2 boxes, 2 headliners.
That's why you play. That's why you got to play when you have 20 headliners, man. The odds are ever in your favor. Ryan says, let's go. And Ryan, you might not be done yet, my friend.
And you just, the first box that we had was Allen Iverson, who, Kobe Bryant said the best pound-for-pound player. Now, you could argue Steph Curry is the best pound-for-pound player, because that's the debate. Who's better, pound-for-pound, Steph Curry or AI? You could argue that Curry is now
for sure
the best pound-for-pound player.
There's obviously a lot of players in recent basketball memory when you look at the overall development of their body type and size.
Yeah.
I think Giannis is probably the most notable, just from what he's done, as a 6'11" twig coming out of Greece. And he's turned into this 7-foot behemoth, obviously, that right now, I saw this incredible stat last night for Giannis, who, by the way, is a headliner in this series. He could be coming out in this next box. But he's averaging 22 points a game in the paint. That's on pace to be the second best of all time, behind Wilt Chamberlain's 50-point season that he had back in the 60s. So so some pretty unbelievable stuff. But getting back on your Steph Curry point, I think Steph's body and his overall body transformation over the years, because again, he was about probably $180 coming into the league soaking wet.
He's definitely built his body up.
He's bulked up.
Yeah, he's definitely built his body up over the last few seasons. My guy Luka Dončić with the transformation this offseason. Slim down Luka.
We love Luka here. We love Luka here in the break room. Certainly not a guy that would fail to get you 6 rebounds in a basketball game.
Oh boy.
Box number.
Rob is just salty about some other things.
Oh wow. Okay, so this is a pleasant surprise. Okay. I did not expect. This is my first time seeing this guy in this break room. So congratulations to Ryan on his big-time basketball smack-a-doodle-doo. And I mentioned for our guy Ryan Noonan, and again, this is why you buy multiple break spots, guys. He said, I'm living down here in Dallas, so that's too soon. Yeah. At first I thought he was talking about the weather, but no, he's definitely talking about Luka Dončić, who, again, played his former team in the Dallas Mavericks. Imagine saying that in January of November of last year. Fast forward to a year from now, you'll be playing against the Dallas Mavericks.
Stuff.
Nobody would ever believe you. And I'm sure when Ryan bought into these breaks, I'm sure he would never believe me that not only would he land one of the best players of all time in basketball, but he would also be lighting a 3-time All-Star and an ESPN analyst and broadcaster in this sport. How about John Kruk as a hidden gem? Krucky, our guy John Kruk for the Philadelphia Phillies. Of course, that's going to be a baseball hit. So one of the most eccentric personalities in the game of baseball. One of the best left-handed swingers of the bat in MLB history. John Kruk, a very good MLB career. For those unfamiliar, finished with 100 career home runs. He had a 5-WAR season. Wins above replacement for the Phillies back in 1991. Had 21 homers, 92 RBIs. He had 3 straight seasons with the Phillies, being a well above league average hitter, hitting over 300 in 3 consecutive seasons. So awesome hit. Again, Ryan, I'm getting my steps in today, man. Get my steps in today for sure. John Kruk, baby. Ryan, doubling down with number 29. See, I love baseball road unis because I'm not the biggest fan of the color gray, but this is such a classic look. The Phillies lettering as well is just absolutely beautiful, man. I love the bubble lettering that the Phillies have. Definitely one of my favorites. Nice double, bro. Yeah, so Ryan, congratulations, my friend. Just so you guys know that I'm not fooling anybody at home. That's what it's going to look like right there, right below Chinmay and myself. So congratulations to Ryan. We got our first double box and our first double up. So, and that's another thing. So keep this in mind, guys, because this is a 6-person break instead of an 8 traditionally. If you buy 2 spots in a double up, you're just giving yourself a 33% chance right off the bat, right? So you're just making your odds down to a 1 in 3 chance of you getting 2 items. So, a hidden gem and a photo headliner. So now we're down to 18 total headliners, 27 boxes, guys. Still amazing ratio. So Ryan said very nice. Was able to have some luck even with you decked out in the Chicago gear. Yeah, so that's the funny thing. So it looks like I look like the biggest Chicago homeboy, but ironically my football team is the Cardinals. It's just freezing cold here today. I don't know if you know about that in Dallas. We actually have to wear jackets and puffer jackets and beanies during this time of the year. Dallas, man, but
I'm not going to say anything about. I'm not going to say anything
kidding,
about how a good chunk of this country that resides south of a certain latitude line reacts when there's a little bit of snow. I'm going to refrain from diving into it too much. But let's just say that we know how to handle the weather.
Yeah, no, we can. Well, I mean, maybe that was part of the reason why. He said, I'm from Michigan, so I know about the cold. Oh, awesome.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. So I was going to say, you made the smart idea by getting out of the Midwest and dealing with these temperatures as fast as possible. So you definitely were ahead of the game there, Ryan. So again, man, congratulations to you. You'll find out about me if you stay around long enough in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Basketball and baseball are definitely my forte. So this definitely hit me right in the heartstrings. So I wrote up that Curry posted for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
cool,
still
cool,
need
cool.
the AI one though.
Cool. Oh, my bad. Yeah, so I'll get that, and then we'll get through the rest of the break room, guys. The Weekend Warrior, though, so it's going to be more Chase wheel spins. We are awful, and we hate it. Shelly Moore, what's going on, Shell? Good morning to you. So I don't think that's the word choice Chinmay and I would have used, but I think there are a couple nicer synonyms that we could have used to fill that in, Shell. But good morning to you, as always. And good morning to everybody. Out of curiosity, wherever you're located from, you don't have to tell me. I'm not asking for an IP address, but what is your current temperature and what does your current weather situation look like? Because us in the Chicagoland area, we're actually expecting about 6 to 12 inches between today and tomorrow in the Chicagoland area.
Mostly today.
Yeah.
There's some overnight snow that's probably going to clear up by like 3 or 4 a.m. Sunday. But mostly it'll be today where all the snow starts coming down. The roads actually weren't, in some spots, my favorite thing actually on the drive here, because when I drive, I cross multiple suburbs and townships. And the funny thing is you can kind of see like which townships take their snow cleaning kind of seriously and which ones are
100%.
are very lackadaisical about it. Because in some spots, the roads were like, did anyone know that it was snowing? And then in others, it was, it actually snowed at one point. But I can't tell.
Yeah, no, I know. That's the, and again, the earlier that you get up, look, I mean, we obviously appreciate snow plows and trucks coming through areas that obviously deal with it, but
they do a stand-up job.
Yeah, they do they do an amazing job dropping down the salt and everything, but at the same time, some get out a little bit earlier than others. So we're getting some updates. So thank you guys for actually listening and participating with me. This doesn't happen a lot for me IRL, so I appreciate this very much. Alfredo joining in, one of our break room regulars. Good morning to you, Alfredo, saying cold and snow coming Tuesday in the dirty Jers.
Okay.
So on the northeastern part of the United States, so getting that on the East Coast there in the dirty Jers. Louisiana sunny, 68 and 70. Well, aren't you just so cool, Michelle? 68 and 70 down in Louisiana today.
It might get even a little bit hotter depending on what Lane Kiffin decides to do later.
Yeah,
today.
There's been a lot of chatter about that. I was actually waiting to, because I'm sure you saw the picture. I saw it on my timeline, and look, I've said it multiple times. Chinmay's the college guy here. I'm not as inundated with it as much, but the family picture he had for Thanksgiving on like the little fold-out table for his kids, and it was just like a simple tablecloth. It looks like they were getting ready to play beer pong on that table. Like they were at like a college fraternity party, and it's like, yeah, all right, Kiffin's out. they're packing stuff up. He's gone from Ole Miss. So
I talked about it last week. Just the way that this was set up. It feels like he's going to stay, but it's Lane Kiffin. That's the big wild card, is that Lane Kiffin can literally do it. The one thing I will say is that Florida is out. Florida has kind of pivoted from Kiffin, so I think it's either Ole Miss or LSU. He has a chance to be. If he leaves, he will be the most hated man in Mississippi. If he leaves for LSU, I can pretty much guarantee that.
That's pretty shocking. I mean, that shows you just the level of impact that somebody has on a program.
They're a CFP team.
Yeah.
And he's going to one of their biggest rivals. Like the only rival that he could go to that would be worse is Mississippi State. It's Mississippi State and LSU. That's the rivals for Ole Miss.
So what would be like a good comparison saying that if he did leave for LSU?
It would be like Brett Favre going to the Vikings.
Yeah. Or Kevin Durant going to Golden State.
Yeah, I think the OKC Golden State. I don't know if that was too much of a rivalry. It was looking like it was
going to the team that.
Yeah, it was looking like a very good one.
So I understand a different level.
Yeah,
it's not like, for example, Mizzou and Kansas, like that.
Yeah,
level
it'd be like
it'd be like
traditional
rivalry.
It'd be like if Sark went from Texas to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, or like if Kirby Smart went from Georgia to Florida. Like it's that type
and I'm sure
thing.
but again, at the end of the day, money talks.
Sure,
And I think that's
absolutely.
That's going to be the biggest thing that comes down to it.
Absolutely.
And, so obviously going to and again, if you're going to a premier position like what Kiffin is going to have, because he, I'm sure, has an abundance of choices that he had in front of him, but he's had to narrow it down to a few.
Too.
Exactly.
The thing is that he's turned Ole Miss into the CFP contender that they are, and they will make the college football playoff this year. So anything that you could say he would have gotten at LSU, he's already built up at Ole Miss. So I think that's what would really sting for Ole Miss fans. It's not like he was consistently going 9-3 and hitting a wall at Ole Miss. He built up Ole Miss into a CFP contender and they're going to be in the playoff.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what would be the more frustrating thing for Ole Miss fans. It's not like he's leaving a consistent 9-3 team that kind of topped out at a program ceiling. Like he raised the ceiling for the program and would then leave. I personally still don't think he's going to leave, but it's Lane Kiffin, so you can never know.
That'll be wait to be seen. Also, it's going to be wait to be seen here today, guys, is the amount of diamonds that we have left here in the Diamond Series. Ratios are very, very great across the board. 4 headliners, 6 total boxes left. And yes, Alfredo, to answer your question, my friend, Jackson Smith-Njigba is indeed in the diamonds. He is available on that Lunar Authentic on the alternate neon Seattle Seahawk that you can see there. On top, next to him, I should say, is an Aiden Hutchinson alternate. I think you could say that that Thanksgiving Day experience for Aiden Hutchinson, that was soured a little bit. For Aiden Hutchinson as well. I'm sure you don't have the same opinion or same feeling about that.
I do not.
I definitely feel some kind of way about Josh Jacobs' fantasy day, which I was okay with because I also started Lamar Jackson and Rome Odunze. So that's going to be, I could clinch the number 2 spot, which is a first round bye in my fantasy.
Yeah.
So this is a week I really, really need to win. So, but apparently my team thought otherwise. I think they want to go down with Michelle in Louisiana and enjoy the 70-degree weather and go on vacation down there. Emmitt Smith also headlining this series as a salute to service authentic, and a guy who had arguably the greatest rookie season for a tight end in NFL history last year. And Brock Bowers, available in the secondary headliner package as well. Again, guys, remember, all Authentics in the Diamond Series are better. That is a common tagline that you hear from us here at Ultimate Autographs, because it's true. 103 on the single, 206 on the double, 3 spots to go in that Diamond double. And then for the single, 5 spots for the 103. So again, once that diamond goes out, typically, we have a vault series that would come in after that. We've been rotating between those 2 diamonds and vaults. We have the minis as well, guys, which has 1 headliner remaining in that bad boy. This is a double box series, of course, as it always is. $52 price point for the minis, what we have available left. We have 3 boxes and 1 total headliner. So Chinmay, would it just make more sense to make that a triple then?
Yeah, I will look into that.
It could be a triple, or we can knock that down to a single after we do this double.
Yeah, we'll do 1 single, because I guess there's nobody bought in there, so I can take a look at that.
So what we're gonna do here, guys, just because, again, if you guys would like to see a brand new series come out in the practice squad, which is what would come out after the minis, we're gonna make this a final triple box break here with TJ Watt. Foog, I know you got your eye on this, buddy, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best edge rushers in modern NFL history. He is available in this series. Just an all-time great talent in TJ Watt. JJ was one of my favorites growing up to watch with his time in Houston and his time in Arizona, who, by the way, on an Arizona Cardinals mini, believe it or not, in this series. So, no longer available, but I thought there was no way in heck that there was genetic material possible for somebody to be potentially better than him in his own family. And TJ, he's not too far behind Big Bro in sacks already. I think right now, he's about 10 behind. So if TJ plays at least 1 more full season with Pittsburgh, he's going to not only tie, but he's going to surpass his older brother in career sacks. So just shows you the prowess of TJ Watt. So guys, 1 and 3 there. Awesome whoever just bought into that double for that diamond, by the way. 2 spots to go there. Double up possibilities looking in that diamond series. 6 boxes, 4 headliners there. Just getting back to some of your comments, guys. Don't want to forget about anybody. Ryan talking about, because I asked about 10 minutes ago or so before we had our little Ole Miss college conversation. Ryan Noonan, who won that double up, our first double up in the Weekend Warriors, said 50 and windy down here. So 50 and windy in, down in, you said, are you in Dallas? Correct. Dallas. Oh, you lucky duck. Cold and snowing, like Alfredo said in the Dirty Jurors. Rams 0809. I wonder who you're a fan of. Rams, love to see it. Kurt Warner, by the way, Mr. Rams 0809. Could be that last Kurt Warner spot. We know what he's going to be in that 1 and 4 mixer. We have 1 box left, and it is Kurt Warner. So if you want one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, one of the best big game quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, the underdog, go clear out that 1 and 4 mixer. Again, when we get series out of the room, new series will always follow up behind it. He said that it's 35 degrees in Indiana, so just to the east of us, Mr. Neighboring state, right?
They're getting they'll get some of that snow as well.
Oh yeah, especially 28 degrees in Ohio near Cincinnati. So that's our guy Foogland. He ironically lives near his division rival in the Bengals, who, by the way, talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, man. What a statement victory on Thursday night against the Baltimore Ravens.
And a great post-game interview.
So I hate to say the least. Speaking of great post-game interviews, how about Ben Johnson yesterday in the Bears locker room? We could talk about that in a bit. Up, So I'm going to create a little bit of a first take type of question here that I'm going to set up for you. This is specifically talking about the Bengals and the Ravens. Did that game symbolize, was that a more impressive win for Cincinnati, or was that more of a letdown from Baltimore? With Joe Burrow's return on Thursday night, threw for nearly 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in his return.
Definitely a more impressive win for Cincinnati.
Okay.
The Ravens have a propensity to play games like that where they're sloppy and give the game. It definitely was a letdown for the Ravens. No doubt about that. I think Burrow coming back, giving Cincinnati fans a little bit of hope. I think that's kind of the mood was uplifted for Cincinnati fans. I would say that was more of a statement win for Cincinnati because they believe they can win out. The Bengals now believe they can win out.
Yeah.
They get the Ravens in 2 weeks' time at home. They believe they can win. Like, they believe now that they can win these games and win out and be a 9-8 wild card team or potentially even a division winner. We'll see how the AFC North shakes out. But yeah, that's definitely more of a statement win for Cincinnati. It's a letdown for Baltimore for sure, but I think Cincinnati definitely more of a statement win for them.
Well, traditionally from years past, right? I mean, it's not your prototypical AFC North division that we know it, where it's like you have some years, I would say maybe 1 or 2 years. I'm just talking about this decade, right? In years past, you had Cleveland that'll sprinkle in, but unfortunately, they're the redheaded ugly stepchild. Sorry to embarrass any of my Browns fans out there. I love you. I have Quinshon Judkins that I traded for my fantasy team, so I have love for the Browns in my heart. But at the same time, let's just keep it, real here. But you have the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals, who typically this decade, they're always flirting with double-digit wins, if not more. But for this year in particular, because of injuries, because of quarterback play that's been extremely disappointing in the North in particular, the defenses have been disappointing. Pittsburgh, who has the most expensive defense in the league, they really, the first half of the season, were one of the worst defenses in football. Baltimore arguably is the worst defense in football, coinciding with Cincinnati as well. So, just to answer my own question, I agree. Look, I think you're right. I think both statements can be true, but 5 turnovers for Baltimore, that's just not something sustainable, right? And Lamar Jackson, there's clearly something off with him. There's the last 3 weeks since he has returned back from his injury. Clearly something has been off. So just catching up on some of the chats. Shelly said that, he'll be hated again if he leaves. Again, going back to the Lane Kiffin talk. He likes to be loved deep down. That's why I think he might stay. So maybe that's something where, I know that you think that he's staying at Ole Miss. B. Willie, he was so mad when Judkins left for Ohio State, but is about to do the same thing, even worse. So,
I think with the players, the transfer portal is a little bit different than the coach, because the coach is supposed to build up the program. Whereas the players, and Judkins left after giving some very strong contributions to Ole Miss. So I don't know that that's, he's saying that Lane is about to do something worse than what Judkins did. Yeah, I would agree with that. If Lane leaves,
I think
that's fair.
I think so as well.
Bradley's making another good point. The Bengals, they blew a game against the Jets. They blew a game against the Bears. Even one of those results is flipped. They're looking a lot better because then they would have the potential to be 10-7, which gives them a great shot at the wild card, given where the wild card is in the AFC. So, those 2 losses definitely looming large for Cincinnati if they do win out.
Yeah, I mean, especially against, and again, no disrespect, I'm just saying what everybody's thinking in their minds. That was what I think it was like a 19-0 fourth quarter from the Jets when they came back and won that game in Cincinnati, mind you. And that was a Justin Fields-led comeback that gave Aaron Glenn his first win, because I think the Jets were 0-7 or 0-8 at that point in time. So, Bradley with an excellent point there.
Spread pick win for me.
That's what, we have a saying here at UA, besides the zero scrub policy of players in the boxes, but what we have in terms of Chinmay and I spread picks, this only pertains to us. Good teams win. Great teams cover. So we always remember that. And again, you're 2-0, right? On Jets.
2-0 on the Jets.
On Jets picks,
2-0 on the Jets. I might take them again against the Falcons.
Which, by the way, we will update you guys on that. Of course, we can't forget about our coveted spread picks. I'm certainly not going to waste any time getting into those myself. So I somehow lucked into another good week. So we'll get into that when the time comes. So Fuglin saying, how much snow have you guys gotten at the UA break room? So Chinmay got here before I did today, and he did a great job shoveling all of the snow out of the studio here. So not a single drop to be seen, but I'll be honest with you, man, because you and you're here for the noon and 3 o'clock show. I'm here for obviously the noon show, and then I depart until my 3 shows I have tomorrow. But I'm scared to go out to my car, man. I drive this little Nissan Sentra. I don't have 4-wheel drive.
I'm also a Nissan Sentra guy.
You have a Sentra as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 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 Now I know which one it is.
I've driven so much in snow and like at night and in like poor conditions that it's just like
second nature.
You just gotta go slow. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Assess the conditions. Play. Adapt to the conditions as you will. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I think the cleanup crews will be doing some heavy lifting.
Oh yeah,
this afternoon.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, much appreciation to the cleaning crews out there making things. But hey, I'm glad
they have some work too. They've had some sort of calmer winters the past few years. We've had some pretty relatively mild winters the last few years. So I'm glad these people are getting some opportunities to get some work done.
Let's see what opportunities you guys can take advantage of. If you're in the Ultimate Autographs live break room, getting close to the 10 o'clock hour here Central Time. Coming to you live from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If this is your first time tuning in, Shinmei on the ones and twos in the producer chair, Rob here on the host spot for you guys. 4 in 6 chance of landing a beautiful authentic. The Diamond's one of my favorite series to get into, one of the best value per price point boxes that you can get yourself involved in with. Now, Speed Flexes are the creme de la creme. They are, without a doubt, the most valuable in terms of resale price, resale value that we have. But Game Day Authentics, depending on the autograph, depending on the customization, they're not too far behind either. For a guy like Aiden Hutchinson and Jackson Smith and Jigba, Aiden Hutchinson, ask any Lions fan. He's worth penny for penny, dollar for dollar. Chinmay and I talked about at the top of the show, his former alma mater in the Michigan Wolverines, getting ready to take on their classic Big 12 rivalry game today against the Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll see how that one pans out. I'm sure Michigan wishes that they had Aiden Hutchinson rushing off the edge. The spread might be a little bit different in that situation. But talking about Hutch here, $103 on the single, guys. We are 2 spots in the away from getting this done in the double. 206 in the price point. Just to bring this up on a plate of comparison here, I'm just going to use Aiden Hutchinson as a case for example. Now, again, this is not factual. Again, this is just a ballpark estimate of what we're going to have here for an Aiden Hutchinson signed authentic helmet. Let's see what we got here. Because usually, so every one of these price points, so Fanatics is a great one. But again, this is used, right? This one's a year old. This is on a traditional gray. What we have here, so this is their all blue that they have. And again, this one is also being used as well, or being used. It is used. So this one is probably the best base for comparison right here. And again, this is not updated. This is a 2024, not a 2025 blue authentic that you see. So 652, just envision that this is probably going to be worth around 700, I would say.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best price point.
$700 price point, and then on top of that as well, you have a 4 in 6 chance of getting it, so you already have well above a 60% chance of getting that as well, Chinmay. And if it's a double up, we have 2 hidden gems in the NFC North that you may or may not know about. So even if you don't land the Aiden Hutchinson, you could land an NFC North in the hidden gems. Same with the Jackson Smith and Jigba, same with the Emmitt Smith, and same with the Brock Bowers.
Of the 4 headliners, we obviously have the Emmitt Smith. That's, we know Emmitt Smith, leading rusher all time in NFL history. That autograph value is pretty much locked in as one of the best. Aiden Hutchinson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Brock Bowers, those auto values are only going to go up. Three of the rising stars in the NFL, 3 of the young stars in the NFL at 3 different positions, those autograph values are only going to skyrocket after the seasons that these guys are having. Maybe Brock Bowers has cooled off a little bit because of injuries and some quarterback play in Las Vegas. But once they figure that situation out, we know Brock Bowers is going to turn things around. JSN is going to be leading the NFL in receiving yards. He has a great chance to set the single season receiving yards record.
That's insane, by the way.
Because the Seahawks are going to be playing for the postseason down the stretch. So JSN is going to be heavily targeted, and Hutch is going to have a chance to be he's probably not going to catch Myles Garrett for the sacks lead, but he's going to be up there in the sacks department. So these are 3 of the rising stars in the NFL. Those autograph values are only going to go up.
So just to show you how unbelievable JSN has been, and you hit the nail right on the head. I guess you should say that you hit the C right on the hawk with this one. So for our guy in JSN, right? So now we're talking about his autograph value, right? We just debunked. Well, and again, I would say 700 would just be the asking price for that Aiden Hutchinson authentic. Again, you got the right Lions fan in your life or the right Michigan Wolverines fan. Anybody that lives in the state of Michigan is going to want that Aiden Hutchinson price point for that beautiful blue authentic that we have. Look at what JSN is doing this season. Nobody is even remotely close in his yards per game. Keep in mind, guys, Justin Jefferson is the all-time NFL receiving leader in yards per game at, I believe, 107. I think he's at right around 107 for his career in yards per game, Chinmay. Then that's probably gone down a touch considering how his year has gone this year. Again, not on JJ, but JSN, Chinmay, 119 yards per game this season, 80 receptions, over 1,300 yards through 11 games. Like you said, he is well on his way to breaking the Calvin Johnson single season record that was set back in, I believe, 2011. Now, I think the other most amazing part, would you believe that to be the case more beginning of the season, or would you say that George Pickens through week 12 would actually be the number 2 receiving leader in the NFL? So there is obviously a lot of conversation about how he couldn't handle number 1 wide receiver responsibilities in Pittsburgh. Well, guess what? You put him in an aerial assault offense with Dak Prescott. You got CeeDee Lamb on the opposing side of him. His job has become not just that much easier, but he really has broke out in Dallas this season.
Yeah, I think T. Higgins and George Pickens, 2 guys who might not necessarily be the right fit as wide receiver 1, but they are among the best wide receiver 2s in the National Football League. And like, you can do so much worse at wide receiver 2 than those guys. But they're basically like, they give you wide receiver 1 production, even though they're technically wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
And I guess Puka and Devontae Adams, you can kind of debate who's the 1 and the 2. Puka does a lot of the work between the 20s. Devontae's catching a lot of touchdowns. Even Puka and Cooper Kupp, you can decide who was really doing a lot of the work there. So there are some really good tandems in the NFL. It's hard to find one better than CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens this season.
Now, a lot of those things can be said as well, guys, in the Weekend Warrior series as well for the double, but just closing out on a point on that, as we got 2 spots bought into for that. We already got 3 boxes that have been gone into: the Allen Iverson Funko Pop, the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors jersey, and then the John Kruk hidden gem, which was doubled up by our guy in Ryan Noonan. For those just tuning in, I can see 12 eyeballs on the screen, 24 eyeballs, 23 if Mike Wazowski saying hello this morning for Monsters Incorporated, if you're just tuning in for the first time. But between those wide receiver tandems, man, it's been a really, really interesting year for football as a whole. But the biggest thing for JSN that I think he has done, and I'm not going to say single-handedly because, look, Mike McDonald is legit for Seattle. He has taken their calling card has been defense.
Yeah.
Especially with the personnel that they have. We all kind of expected Seattle to have, barring, a health destruction like their division rival in San Francisco has dealt with all year with their secondary and their linebacking core. But Seattle's relatively stayed healthy, intact. But it's their offense that's been under Sam Darnold. A lot of people were like, well, you kind of just swapped out a younger version of Geno Smith and Sam Darnold. That was what the consensus really was. And everybody was like, well, the way that Sam Darnold ended the year last year, his final 2 games, as he regressed back to the pumpkin that we kind of knew him as before. Clearly, he has elevated himself out of those conversations, out of those talks. And for a vast majority of the season, Chinmay, he's played like a top 10 quarterback easily in the league. But again, a large part of that is Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Absolutely.
Carrying a lot of the weight. And you would say, for example, who's his number 2? Right? I mean, some weeks it's, Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah.
Some weeks it's, I think it's Torrey Horton.
Torrey Horton. Yeah.
Torrey Horton. Some weeks, obviously, Austin Barner's had a nice little breakout year at tight end as well. So, but yeah, shout out to JSN, guys. Make sure to get him. 2 spots left in that diamond double, 5 spots in the diamond single. We have 4 spots to go in this Weekend Warrior Mix It Up. Keep in mind, guys, 6-spot division break. 2 less spots for you guys to buy into. We're spoiling you. We want to give you these beautiful items of memorabilia. $65 for the single, $130 for the double here in this series. We have it broken up into football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, boxing, and music and entertainment for what we got here. So we didn't get a real chance to kind of deep dive into what some of these items were, which some of them are now off the board. Mariano Rivera, enter the Sandman. Over 600 career saves for the illustrious career of 42. Nobody will ever wear the number 42 again because of Jackie Robinson. But if Jackie Robinson did not wear the number 42, Mariano Rivera was so phenomenal, so dominant that you knew when it was the 9th inning, you might as well have just not came to the plate in a lot of times, more times than not. He has one of the lowest postseason ERAs in MLB history. And again, most saves of all time. And I think people really, and again, nowadays in modern baseball, the ideology is, and we saw this in different iterations of some World Series championship teams, when starters are going less and less, openers out of the bullpen are being used more and more. Teams are trying to be as flexible and as creative as they can to save arms, to save pitch counts. Having an elite guy at the back end of a bullpen that can shorten your starter's outing is premier in this day and age. If Mariano Rivera was pitching in 2025, he would be a multi-inning back end of the reliever type of guy just because of how highly valued relievers are in this day and age of baseball. So he is a headliner on a bad end of the series. And how about the Sandlot crew, man? The Sandlot cast that we got. So we'll be able to debunk and see everybody that's on this, but just from what I can see, I definitely can guarantee you that Squints and Smalls are a part of the cast that are on here. There's a lot of signatures, so I would say a vast majority of the starting 9 for that Sandlot crew. One of my favorite baseball movies. It's one of the best. One of the best, to say the least, for me. It's not one of my top 3, and that's no disrespect. That's how many great baseball movies there are. Because I would probably have to go off the top of my head. Without a doubt, Major League and Moneyball are in my top 3. Major League being my favorite. Oh, third is tough, though. Third is really tough. On Sandlot, I can squeak in there, but maybe The Natural, I would probably squeak in there. But yeah, those are definitely some of the greatest ever. Speaking of one of the greatest ever, how about Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson? 2 of the greatest boxers of all time. Evander Holyfield with actually a proverb put on here as well, with a 413 proverb right next to his autograph. So something that you don't really see a whole lot. Mike Tyson with the black Everlast boxing glove there. One of the greatest boxers in the history of the sports. Obviously one of the greatest personalities in sports history as well. Yeah. We saw one Funko Pop come out earlier on a secondary headliner. How about the 2 photo headliners that remain? Transitioning to the wrestling aspect of this. Roman Reigns and John Cena. You can't see me right now because I don't have the camera on Chinmay myself, but you can see this John Cena Funko Pop going for just $65 on a single Chinmay, $130 on a double up. Shelly said, are we still trying to close that QB room? I have spots from the bundle out there still. Yeah. Yep. So let's get an update on that QB room really quick.
6 spots to go in the QB room double.
So what we have available for you, Shelly, we have 3 photoed headliners, 4 total boxes left, guys. So a 75% chance in that QB room. As Chinmay just mentioned, 2 spots have been taken up. Is that both from Shelly, you said?
No, Shelly's got one of them.
One of them, okay. And then for the single, are we just doing doubles?
We're only doing the doubles because we have 4 boxes.
Because we have 4 boxes. So, guys, this is going to be one of 2 remaining double box breaks that we have left in this QB room. This was electric last night for this 6 p.m. primetime show and the overnight show. Just goes to show you how popular this was. 26 out of the 30 available boxes were gone from the 6 o'clock show last night.
And by the way, there still is a double up opportunity because Baker Mayfield and Drew Brees are available.
Yep.
So you get in that NFC South spot, you have a great chance to double up potentially in one double box break with Brees and Baker.
So you're telling me for $276, I can walk away with a Rave Authentic Baker Mayfield and a New Orleans Saints Drew Brees Rave, or Authentic, for just $276.
Somebody could potentially walk away.
The guy that's second all time in passing yards and the guy that has the best quarterback rating in postseason history.
Yeah.
And Baker Mayfield. So pretty crazy stuff there. Awesome call there. So that would be an NFC South double up hit on JJ McCarthy on the custom speed flex, which is very, very nice for the, again, this has been a very Michigan talked about show. Yeah. How about the guy that led the Wolverines to a national championship with him and Blake Corum leading the offense there? There it is. JJ McCarthy speed flex, an absolutely gorgeous lid. How many headliners are left in that series? Good morning to you, Mr. Zaffron. Great numbers for you, Eric. We're very close to closing it out. 3 headliners are left, 4 total boxes. And again, we're keeping the double up available for you, Eric, because Baker Mayfield and Drew Brees are 2 out of the 4 boxes remaining. So you have a 50% chance of doubling up. Yeah. If you got that NFC South spot, chances are you're going to at least get Mayfield or Brees.
Right.
So JJ McCarthy here. Even if you are a Buckeyes fan, you can't even deny that this thing is fire. Literally, looks like Phoenix rising from the ashes on the back of this nice paint drip flex here for the Skull Viking number 9 and JJ McCarthy. Got a nice honeycomb design as well on the back of the Speed Flex. Very, very nice. So 276. And again, even JJ McCarthy, and I like to say this all the time about the, you said this a little bit earlier as well, Chinmay. For young guys like this, you got to bank on young memorabilia. This is obviously very, very popular with slabs, with collecting cards. You want to be able to get those rookie cards. You want to be able to get those first year, second, third year guys because they're only going to appreciate in value over time, right? To give you an example in another sport, a guy that just surpassed LeBron James in the NBA, Victor Wembanyama has the most purchased memorabilia in all of basketball right now, and he's a third-year player compared to a guy that's been in the league for 23 years. He's been around 20 years longer than him for his professional career. LeBron James and Victor Wembanyama already has more memorabilia sold out in this past year than LeBron James has. So just goes to show you the level of that prowess. So again, guys, one spot to go in that diamond double. One spot to go, so thank you guys very much. So that is definitely going to close out over the portion of this. 90% of rookie cards today lose value. I'm making that up, but probably true. Getting more into Mr. August, so I hope you enjoyed that Packers dub on Thanksgiving. That was, 31-24, I believe, right? 31-24. So you talked about it all year, man, with your cheeseheads, Chinmay, about playing to the level of their competition, while obviously Detroit being one of the top teams in the NFC this season over the last number of seasons, and they certainly played up to it on Thanksgiving Day. So.
Absolutely. I will say we did adjust that mini, by the way. It is going to be a triple box break, and we have 4 to go in that mini.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So it will be a triple box, so we will do all 3 boxes that are left in the series. And we've got some movement there. So halfway home on the minis that we will close out that series with that break.
One spot left to go in that diamond double, and thank you to whoever bought out, because it was at 7, and then you said now we're down to 4, so 3 spots were bought into that triple. So there you go, 3s are wild here. And again, last box is going to be in this for the minis. You guys are looking to play for that TJ Watt headliner. And again, 2 hidden gems you could easily double, or if it's really your lucky day on this gorgeous Saturday morning, could be a triple up if we get 2 hidden gems in the AFC North. I've seen it before, guys. Definitely a possibility. Something that we know is leaving nothing to the fan of the imagination here in this 1-in-4 mixer. This is the last break as well for this 1-in-4 mixer, guys. We have 1 box left available, and it's going to this man right here. So depending on how you value Kurt Warner, I value him as about as high as anybody here at UA does. $183 for Kurt Warner, the former MVP and Super Bowl champion, an amazing analyst and an even better quarterback. One of the best big game quarterbacks in NFL history, top 10 in quarterback passer rating, all time in the playoffs. I have a fondness for him in my heart, of course, for my Arizona Cardinals. He took a 500 Cardinals team that had a 0-point differential, same amount of points scored as allowed during the course of a regular season, as the kids would say these days, Chinmay. They were as mid as they possibly could be. Let him out of that season was a pretty daunting NFC. Got them a couple of plays away from winning their first Super Bowl since relocating to Arizona from Chicago quite a ways back. So Kurt Warner, one of the greatest, and obviously led, I mean, I don't know how you value, if you can go back, I think unanimously we would say that the 2019 LSU championship team for the Tigers was probably the best college offense most people have ever seen. People's offenses in the NFL, it obviously varies because there's so many different iterations throughout NFL history where you have to kind of really use era to contextualize it, because it was a totally different game even 30, 40 years ago, right? Yeah. But, I mean, you could argue the turn of this century with the greatest show on turf, with Kurt Warner at the helm, Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, and Isaac Bruce, that was the greatest offense of all time. Yeah,
it's definitely fixed in people's minds as one of those iconic offenses with the star power that they had, and Kurt Warner was the one orchestrating all of that. And again, like, you talk about football being, 1 or 2 plays away, like, they're 1 or 2 plays away from not even winning that Super Bowl that they won. Yeah. Because Kevin Dyson was stopped at the 1-yard line. So who knows how that could have gone. But then, of course, Kurt Warner throws a pick 6 at the end of the half in the Super Bowl that the Cardinals lost. And, he doesn't do that, then maybe the Cardinals have the W there. So it's certainly interesting to see like how things can change so quickly in football with just one or two plays. That's the nature of the sport. That's why we all are such big football fans. But Kurt Warner definitely iconic for leading the greatest show on turf. Easily one of the 10 best offenses in NFL history.
Without a doubt. The aerial assault of the Dick Vermeil-led offense, Marshall Faulk, an MVP running back in his own regard, which, by the way, a guy we get quite a lot here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Not a part of any series currently, unless he is a hidden gem, which I think would probably shock Chinmay and I to the core if Marshall Faulk was a hidden gem, even later in his career with the Colts.
He's pretty much locked into headliner status.
He's officially earned that right here at UA. You know, he actually said that during his Hall of Fame speech, Marshall Faulk. He's like, well, now that I'm finally enshrining Canton, I think I've deserved my spot to be a headliner in the Ultimate Autographs live break room.
For sure.
So I think it was a part. I'd have to go back and get that extra.
Two to go in that mini.
Nice, very cool.
Two to go in that mini.
We're 1 to go in that diamond double, and then 2 to go in that mini triple.
Yeah.
So, which again, guys, mini triple, rare occasion, but it's how the cookie has crumbled in that series. 3 boxes left, last triple. You know how that goes. When that mini closes, practice squad's going to come up right behind it.
Yeah.
So that's either going to go over the course at the end of the show, or we'll have that ready for you after the show and in between this one and the 12 o'clock with Chinmay and myself. But let's talk about this Weekend Warrior double really quick. Just some things that you and I can talk about in terms of double up possibilities for the folks at home. Because again, if I was playing the break room, Chinmay, and again, the holiday season, I know that we all have to be smart with our money. We have to find ways to allocate it as best as we can, right? If I want to get the most bang for my buck, I am stopping right here in this break, and I'm putting as much cash as I possibly can into this specific double up because of the amount of headliners that we have available.
Yeah, you've got plenty of options in terms of all the sports. And again, we're doing this sort of by sport and category, not necessarily divisions and teams, which really helps all of you guys out because you don't have to worry about landing into a particular team or a particular division. You get the entire sport for this particular mixer. The Sandlot is an entertainment hit. It's usually been categorized as an entertainment hit. We will get further confirmation on that, but at the moment, we're treating the Sandlot, even though it's on a baseball bat, it'll be treated as an entertainment hit.
Eric, my guy, great question again, my friend. Who is left in the minis? I'll just show you that really quick, so who it is. So it is a triple box break, and TJ Watt is the final remaining headliner.
Yeah.
One of the most popular names that we get here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. 2 spots there, Eric. $78, 3 boxes will be pulled out in the minis, and then that will also, it's a double whammy. Practice squad is also going to get inserted in once this break closes. So TJ Watt right here, number 90. Very nice signature right above the classic Steelers insignia right there. That is who you're playing for in this series, and obviously 2 wonderful hidden gems that follow behind it. So as Chinmay alluded to, so another thing, guys, as well, you might want to notice this compared to the other breaks we have going on that's besides the 1 and 4 mixer. This is a 6-spot category break.
Yeah.
Meaning because this is not your traditional AFC, NFC like we have in most of our divisional breaks. Because this is a mixer, we have an abundance of different things, as Chinmay alluded to. Football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, boxing, music, / entertainment. So because of that, you automatically, your chances increase. If you buy 1 spot, let's say, and obviously a 1 and 8 break, you're getting, about an 11 to 12% chance.
Yeah.
You get 1 spot in a 1 and 6, that's going to get to about what? I'm going to have to see what that is going to be there.
1/6?
That's going to be about
17%.
But 17%. So you're naturally just increasing your chances, and it's all about playing ratios and chances in here to increase your overall odds, right? So we're talking about some of the double up possibilities. Obviously, the Roman Reigns and John Cena and the Bret Hart. That's all going to go involving into the wrestling aspect category. Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, and we have Deontay Wilder as a secondary headliner. Very, very cool. First time I've seen Wilder in any series here at UA. Those would classify as boxing, of course. Then we have Ozzy Osbourne and maybe the Sandlot. We're kind of tossed up, as Chinmay said. Is it going to be baseball?
It's usually an entertainment hit.
Yeah.
We'll get, again, further confirmation on what exactly it is. But for our purposes, we'll classify it as entertainment because I don't see any other entertainment headliners outside of Ozzy. And typically, we balance out the headliners amongst the categories. And there would be no other item that would qualify.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that I'm gonna say that there's a very, very, very strong possibility that's going to be an entertainment hit.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I know I said earlier it's probably leaning towards the baseball because it was on a bat, but that definitely makes a lot more sense because we do have Vladimir Guerrero Sr. and Pedro Martinez on baseball helmets. So, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. The Sandlot cast and the Ozzy Osbourne autograph album, rest in peace to the late and great, the Prince of Darkness, the Black Sabbath legend and Ozzy Osbourne, one of the most influential figures in music, really over the course of modern day.
Sure.
And Ozzy Osbourne, he's one of those late great performers and musicians who is going to stand the test of time. With our children, with our grandchildren, Ozzy Osbourne is still going to be played throughout the sands of time. So rest in peace to the Prince of Darkness. Again, him and the Sandlot cast. What a crazy combo, right?
Yeah.
They would go together as a double up in this multi-sport mixer for a $130 price point. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, the best player in Milwaukee Bucks franchise history. In my personal opinion, already a top 25 player in NBA history and is growing with each passing day. Giannis Antetokounmpo made his return last night against the New York Knicks, put up a casual 30 ball. The guy has been unbelievable, man. I've been able to see Giannis multiple times in person. We're about 2 hours or so away, maybe even an hour and a half, 2 hours away, depending on how close you are to the Milwaukee area from outside of Chicago. I actually got to see him in the finals in Game 3 of the 2021 NBA Finals.
Very cool.
It probably is the most famous play of his career. The block that he had on DeAndre Ayton when he was on the opposing side of the rim, somehow was able to get his 7'5" wingspan across the other side of the rim, pin DeAndre Ayton. They were down 2-0 in that series. People forget. That changed the tide of the series. Drew Holiday threw up a lob to Giannis in transition, and then they win 4 straight, obviously. He closed it out with the 50 ball in Game 6 and won Milwaukee their first NBA title since the 1971 season. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but hey, once you win a ring, that's you talked about Kobe Bryant earlier on the show when referencing Kobe's quote about Allen Iverson, who came out on a Funko Pop in the Weekend Warriors series. You talked about Kobe saying AI was the best pound for pound player, but how about another Kobe quote? Friends come and go, but rings are forever.
Yeah.
So no matter how much time has passed, Giannis Antetokounmpo will always be remembered in Milwaukee for that ring, that championship that he helped deliver to that franchise.
I think that was the basis of him and Shaq's relationship. So yeah, it's like, you know what? Hey, you go to Miami, I'll stay here in LA. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. But you know what? Those rings talk, baby.
They won 3 of them.
Rings talk.
And Kobe ended up winning 2 more. They probably would have won a couple more had Shaq stayed. But you never know if Kobe would have won the other 2 had Shaq stayed. So I think they end up with the same amount of rings. Shaq probably ends up with 1 more ring than he had. He finished with 4. I think he would end up getting 5. I think Kobe still ends up with 5.
It's all, it's always fun to play in hypotheticals and shoulda, woulda, couldas. I'm just thinking about how weak that Eastern Conference was during that time. You really had Detroit and everybody else that came after. When Shaq moved to Miami, it changed the balance of power because it made an up-and-coming Dwayne Wade and Pat Riley much more relevant because it was an ascending Dwayne Wade, who was obviously the clear-cut number 1, with Shaq being a very prominent number 2.
Yeah.
But then they had just really good veteran role players, and a Gary Payton and a White Chocolate and Jason Williams and Antoine Walker, James Posey flooded throughout the roster.
Udonis Haslem when he actually played basketball.
Yeah, Udonis when he was starting.
Yeah.
At the 4.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Which, by the way, shout out to Udonis Haslem in that Amazon Prime cast. I was watching the game last night. Taylor Rooks, Udonis Haslem, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, and Dirk Nowitzki. They do an amazing job.
Look, Amazon has credit to Amazon. They've shelled out for their network coverage. Like these streaming companies and these businesses that want to get into like the live sports arena, like Netflix and Amazon, they're shelling out for the talent. There's no doubt about that. So excited to see where Amazon goes with the basketball coverage. I like that NBC has gotten the basketball coverage back with Round Ball Rock coming in. So things are starting to, even though there's been so much change going on, some things it's nice to see come back. And basketball on NBC is one of them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the classic intro. You know, obviously, you think of you'll think of Marv Albert. You'll think of Bob Costas coming in. I mean, 80s. I mean, for forever. I mean, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. That's what you think of when you think of basketball. So when I think of basketball, I also think of basketball royalty such as Larry Bird. I talked about Giannis Antetokounmpo being in my top 25 list of all time, and embarrassingly enough, I'm actually going to pull up what I have right now. Let's see what I got. And then Larry Bird. I have as one of the greatest players of all time, understandably so. The last guy to win 3 straight MVPs from the 84 through 86 season to win 3 consecutive MVPs. Nikola Jokic should have matched him with that. That's a discussion for another day. Regardless, one of the greatest of all time, sneaky athleticism, a guy that finished 24, 10, and 6 in his career. One of the greatest shooters of his time, a guy that would literally go into three-point shooting competitions, would not take his warm-up jacket off, dominate the competition, and before the three-point shooting contest in All-Star Weekend, when All-Star Weekend was actually a very valued thing in the NBA, he would go to the opposing guys in the locker room before the game and say, which one of you guys is coming in second tonight? On record saying that for multiple occasions. So I have him at 6. I created this list in April, and then I have Giannis at 17.
Okay.
So, and then I have Larry Bird at 6 behind Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron, and Michael. So,
Larry for me. So I'm a Lakers fan. So obviously I have a hate relationship with the Celtics.
I like that.
That being said, Larry Bird is a top 5 NBA player for me.
Yeah,
Larry Bird is top 5.
Yeah, I mean look, he's one of those guys where. And again, this is the problem I have with discourse when it comes to, it seems like NBA more than any other sport gets this discourse. And the 4 main sports we talk about, hockey, basketball, baseball, and football, is that the eras. You hear the plumber jokes. You hear the fireman jokes. You hear not even just for his era, Bird's athleticism, which by the way, he had great hands for his position defensively, his versatility, him being, 6'9", 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
His length that he had, his shooting ability, his touch. He was arguably one of the best touch passers.
Oh, yeah.
Overhead passers, outlet passers. Him and Kevin McHale really revolutionized the kick-ahead outlet pass over the head, over the top. So, he's one of the most influential basketball players. Him and Magic Johnson saved the NBA, with their classic.
I was going to say that this obviously, this doesn't really matter for their, it doesn't really elevate them as much when you're talking about, top 5, top 6, or, that type of stuff. It shouldn't matter as much. But there is no NBA as we know it without Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, those two. So Larry Bird was one half of one of the most impactful duos to save the NBA and make the NBA what it is today. Him and Magic Johnson. And Larry Bird, on the basketball, you can get him. On the gold basketball, you can get him for $65 in that single. So definitely not one of those items that you want to miss out on.
No,
we had him on the trophy last time around.
Yep.
Now we've got him on the basketball.
Larry, for a guy who seems just so Midwestern-y, and by that I mean, lunch pail mentality.
He's classic Midwestern.
Vanilla personality. Well, the thing with, if this is not the most Midwestern thing ever, now you would never catch this with the modern-day athlete, right? But keep in mind, because obviously, the technology, the advancements in medicine, the emphasis on taking care of your body year-round, not just in season. Larry Bird in the offseason, because again, him growing up from a small town in French Lick, Indiana, he insisted on doing his mother's driveway all himself and paving his mother's driveway all himself. And his back problems spurred from doing that off-season work, creating himself a part-time construction worker, essentially, in the off-season. So, I mean, this is exactly why now, of course, guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars even on rookie contracts. So it's totally, totally different in this era. But, I mean, could you imagine talking about a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo, and all of a sudden he's got a hard hat on and he's doing construction in the offseason?
I don't think it'd be allowed.
Yeah.
I think that's in their contracts. I don't think they can do that stuff. Because remember who was the MLB pitcher? I think it was Madison Bumgarner, who had the dirt bike incident. Yeah. So I think I don't think they're allowed to do that stuff. I don't think they can do any sort of adventure sports or any sort of hobby like that where there's a potential danger to their health. Like I think that's in the contracts too. I believe that's off limits now, unless it's like a team supervised activity. Like you'd have to do that as a team for it to be sort of cleared as outside of the contract.
So, guys, just a quick update on this break page before we end up getting back into the weekend war. We're going to talk about some of the double ups in baseball as well that we have available for that series. Speaking of Madison Bumgarner, one of the greatest postseason pitchers of all time. We have still that one spot to go. You do not want to be sniped. Of course, not literally, but you do not want to have somebody take that final closing spot in that double box break, especially in a double box break, guys, when obviously 2 boxes come out. One spot is all it can take to get that NFC South spot. Whoever is in that series, Chinmay, I highly emphasize you to close out that series yourself to make sure that we can get that Diamond Series down from 4 headliners and 6 boxes down to 4 boxes. And again, the closer and closer we close that Diamond, guys, which I fully expect to close by the time, if not by the end of the show, then by the end of the noon show with Chinmay and myself, we'll get a brand new Vault Series coming in. Speaking of those brand new series, do not stop now. Just keep your foot on the gas pedal, everybody. What this triple box break that we have available in this mini series. TJ Watt, of course, headlining that list in this mini series. You have got to keep your eye on the prize for TJ Watt. 2 spots left to go. Now, here's something that I'm also going to do for the final about half an hour or so. Hopefully, Chinmay and I stay on longer than the 11 o'clock hour. But I will do this for you lovely folks because you got us off to such a great start this morning. We are also down to 1 spot left, 1 box left in the 1 and 4. So, 4 spots in a single. That's $183. We know what that is. That is a secondary headliner, Kurt Warner. That could be a football. That could be as great as an authentic for $183. It could be a rep. If you get an authentic or a rep, you're already doubling, tripling, even quadrupling that $183 price point, right? So for that, I'm actually going to add the 1 and 4 to the Chase wheel spin here for everybody. It's the holiday season, Chinmay.
Yeah.
You got to feel a little generous to the people out there, to the best customers in the business here on the Ultimate Autographs live break room. And for those that are just tuning in, we've had some new people in the comments. We have some people asking questions about what we got available. So the 1 and 4 mixer is now added, guys, for the Chase wheel spin. Get yourself a separate Chase wheel spin list, because I know some people like to do it differently from myself. The Weekend Warrior already is going to have a Chase wheel spin because we've had a single and a double. So we're going to have, 18 combined names already for that. But if we close out that 1 and 4 mixture, that will be a separate list.
Okay.
That'll be a separate list for a separate Chase wheel spin. So guess what? If you're in the Weekend Warrior spot already, you have a chance of winning extra Chase wheel spin money if you do buy into that 1 and 4 mixer break, guys. So again, $183 price point for that bad boy for Kurt Warner, one of the best underdogs in NFL history. It's under this right here, live break number 10. I'll drop this in here for you guys. What was our last order, Chinmay?
It was a couple minutes, 5 minutes ago. A couple jersey spots were bought into. So, we've got some eyeballs here in the break room for people who are watching across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So there's definitely still some eyeballs out there. I want to talk about. I mentioned we were talking about Kiffin leaving, and you asked like where what would that compare to, and I threw out Sark leaving Texas to go to Oklahoma would kind of qualify as a similar move if Kiffin went to Ole Miss or went to LSU from Ole Miss. How about Texas winning over Texas A&M last night and throwing a massive wrench into the SEC plans for having the Aggies in the SEC championship game. Now, Texas A&M is probably going to make the playoff because they're only a 1-loss team, but they cannot win the SEC title. They are no longer in play to go to Atlanta. It'll be either Alabama or Ole Miss taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Texas A&M no longer in play, but after the game, the natural question was asked to Sark about the college football playoff, and Texas, they're a 3-loss team. They have a good win over A&M, but They have losses to Florida, Georgia, and Ohio State. Sark was basically, as he would naturally do, make his case for the Longhorns. And he made an interesting point. I'm not going to argue with the point that he made as not a sound one. He basically said, if we hadn't scheduled Ohio State at the beginning and instead scheduled some random non-conference team that we would have beaten, we'd be 10-2, and you wouldn't even have to ask me the question. We'd be in.
Exactly.
I still don't think that the Longhorns should get in. And unless the results truly go full-blown chaotic, I don't believe that Texas should get in as a 3-loss team. If Texas gets in as a 3-loss team and the results aren't full-blown chaotic, then we might as well just not play the regular season anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Just put the 12 teams that you want in the playoff.
Yeah.
Like, if Texas as a 3-loss team gets in without any craziness, there's just so many other 2-loss teams that would get it that have been
more
ranked
deserving.
better. Yeah. And it's like Sark made the point that like Notre Dame got in despite losing to Northern Illinois last year. Notre Dame also had some really good wins. Texas doesn't necessarily, they have A&M, but they don't really have any other sort of standout signature win. Oklahoma, I guess, would be the other one.
So going into today, obviously, Ohio State looking to keep themselves unsullied in the Big Ten and in general, 11-0. Clean sweep on the year, the defending national champions in Ohio State, looking to take on the Michigan Wolverines. That is coming up in just under a half an hour before college game day kickoff. You mentioned you were alluding to Texas A&M. How about Texas Tech today going out to face the Mountaineers in West Virginia let's see, that's going off at 11 as well.
Yeah.
Miami and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, top 25 ranked team.
Playing for a potential spot in the ACC title game.
We got Aaron Donald, I believe, right?
Yeah, we
Aaron
do.
Donald
Aaron Donald is in the Weekend Warrior Series. You're right.
the Weekend Warrior Series is a headliner on an authentic for Pittsburgh. So it literally is like me, dude. There are some guys where like I look at where it's like, okay, I know your colleges because I followed you enough in the league to know where you played at college. So again, like for example, Jahmyr Gibbs, Alabama. For example, let's see anybody else that I can get. See, oh my God, I don't expose myself as a casual, so I'm going to stop. We have UCF and BYU. BYU has had a star-studded season.
Yeah.
Just one loss, 7-1 in the Big 12. Number ranked BYU, a 3-score favorite, Chinmay. Taking on UCF at home. We got the Ducks waddling their way into Washington. We have a Pacific Northwest matchup between the Ducks and the Huskies. Huskies have actually put together a fairly solid season for their program at 8-3. They're 5-3 in the Big Ten.
Yeah. So if you're a Texas fan and you want sort of the chaos scenario for Texas having a case, Texas needs Pittsburgh to win over Miami. They need UCF to beat BYU. They need Washington to beat Oregon. They probably need LSU to beat Oklahoma. And they would need Ohio State to beat Michigan. Because if any of those results are flipped, Texas is no longer viable as a 3-loss team. They wouldn't be viable because there would be other 2-loss teams ahead of them that would be better. Now, BYU could still potentially end up being a 3-loss team, but if BYU were to win, even if they would lose the Big 12 title game, they'd be a 2-loss team if they win today. So, yeah, Texas needs a lot of things to happen to even be considered. I don't think they should even be considered as a 3-loss team, but that's just, my personal opinion. For a path for Texas to get there, they would need all these results. They need Ohio State to win. They need Pittsburgh to win. They would need UCF to win, and they'd need Washington to win, and they would probably need LSU to win against Oklahoma.
A lot of things have to go right for Texas, and a lot of things don't necessarily have to go right for us here in the Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room for these breaks to happen, my friend. We're getting dangerously, dangerously close. I like to call this the tush-push hour. We're one spot away, obviously in honor of our guy Jalen Hurts, to try to get this thing into the end zone here. One spot in that double box break in the diamond double, guys.
We are one spot in the minis, by the way.
So two tush-push. Let's tush-push each other into the end zone here at the same time. Let's end up getting again, in a matter of if somebody hops in and gets that diamond double and gets that triple in the minis, we can have 5 breaks happen all at once. The diamond double and the final triple box in the minis. Again, once those minis close, that practice squad will be up and ready to go by the latest at the end of the show, in between shows that we have between now and the 12 o'clock hour. But again, there is no better time than the present, guys. Anybody will tell you that. I use this analogy all the time. You do not want to be the sorry sucker sucking your thumb at the school dance, watching the pretty girl out on the dance floor, especially with the guy that's a 1 and you know that you're a 10, right? you want to feel like a 10, you got to get in and close this final breakout in the diamonds or in the minis. Again, a great opportunity that we have available, not just in this series for some great lid possibilities with Aiden Hutchinson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, and Emmett Smith. Brock Bowers is a secondary headliner, a 4 and 6 chance. This is the series that is actually perplexing to me right now. 6 spots available, guys, left in this double box break for the quarterback room. $276 price point. We have Drew Brees and Baker Mayfield on Authentics as a double up. 4 boxes, 3 total headliners, and the other headliner we have is a custom speed flex in J.J. McCarthy. We were talking about some big-time matchups and a lot of AP top 25 poll arrangements that need to go the way of some college teams. How about Michigan? If they can do what seems to be the impossible and give Ohio State, their number 1 rival, their first loss of the season, a lot will change for Michigan's fate.
I think they'd make the playoff.
Yeah.
I think they'd make the playoff if they win.
Yeah.
And by the way, you talk about improbable. Michigan has won the last 4 meetings.
Yeah.
They're going for 5 straight against Ohio State.
That's crazy.
And Ohio State had won 8 in a row, I believe, going into this recent Michigan run. So if you don't think that this rivalry, even though we talk about it being a great rivalry, that teams can't go on these dominant stretches, think again. And no matter who's on that sideline, those Michigan fans and those Michigan players, they believe that they're going to continue that winning streak. So throw the records out the window, throw the talent discrepancy out the window on paper. That's going to be a very fun game between Ohio State and Michigan.
Well, we got a Texas Tech Raider in the chat going right now. We got our guy Curd Dog.
Okay.
Good morning to you, Michael Curry, one of our big time regulars that we got here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Good morning to you, Michael. Hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday morning with Chinmay and myself. Mike, if you want to get an update, man, we're dangerously close. If this is your first time tuning in this morning to a couple of breaks popping open, we have 4 headliners in the Diamonds. All Authentics. All Authentics are better in the Diamond series. You can have a chance of getting Aiden Hutchinson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, or Emmett Smith as photoed headliners. Brock Bowers as a secondary headliner, a 66% chance, my friend. Doesn't get much better than that when it comes to playing ratios for the headliners. But oh, wait, Michael, it actually does. And I know that you're a big baller, just like your son, Steph Curry, who, by the way, we did pull as a photoed headliner. In the Weekend Warrior. In the Weekend Warrior, which is a brand new series there for you, Mike. We have 4 boxes left in this double box break for the QB room, and there is an amazing double up waiting for somebody. I'm telling you right now, somebody is going to get this double up. Somebody's going to get that NFC South spot. I'm telling you, it's going to be hilarious when it happens in this one. And then again, J.J. McCarthy alone on a custom speed flex is well worth $276. However, everybody's going to want to play for the Baker Mayfield and the Drew Brees. You can get 2 Game Day Authentics, 1 on a rave for $276. Those Authentics alone, especially on a Mayfield rave, the customization for that. Again, the Hutchinson we priced as a blue Authentic. That was in the price range of about $700.
Yeah.
Let's just be cautiously optimistic and put Mayfield and Brees in the same ballpark. $276 price point. Combine those two together on a double, $1,400.
You're being cautiously pessimistic.
Yeah.
By putting those 2 guys in the same price range. No disrespect to Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
But Drew Brees is Drew Brees is well north of that price point, and Baker is also well north of that price point. Baker, by the way, I know Oklahoma claims Baker Mayfield, but Mayfield is technically a Texas Tech guy. Started out his career in Lubbock. Texas Tech, I believe, is a sneaky national championship contender. They've been excellent on both sides of the ball And I know we don't give them a lot of credit because of the conference they play in, but they've been really good on both sides of the ball, and they have a phenomenal quarterback in Baron Morton. So they are a sneaky national championship pick for me, assuming they can go on to close things out today and next week in the Big 12 title game.
So that's going to be, again, college football implications. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty on deciding the top 25. There's also something else we got to get to closing out soon here, guys. I'm going to give you guys, again, we got about 20 minutes until we have to get off. We're not going anywhere. We know that this triple box break in the mini is going to go. There's one to go there. And that double box break in the diamonds is going to go there. So again, a lot of great things are going to happen. We're going to see 5 breaks come up by the end of the show. And we're also going to get a new practice squad up as well for you. So a lot of good things right around the corner. But most importantly, it's what we've all been waiting for. Saturday mornings. This is why you guys go to bed early on Friday nights. You stop your partying. You make sure that you can get here so Chinmay and I can beat the books and give you the intel that you need to dominate your pro football Sunday. And, you know, here's the thing. Chinmay, we were talking about this off air, and it's I lost a lot of sleep last night over that play that I showed you, trust me. Dude, the last minute and a half of that game, I'll just let the people know about it since we're going to be on the topic, right? So, you know, I'm somebody that is a responsible degenerate in what
Diamond Double has closed out.
Let's do it. Okay.
So we'll be able to do that.
Let's do it. Perfect. The timing for this is, well, I could throw this out the window. We're going to get into our NFL spread picks. If not at the end of the show, we'll see at the beginning of next show or sometime. We'll throw that in at some point for Chinmay and I today. But perfect. Who closed that out?
Dustin Aronson.
Aronson, DA, good to see you again, my man. Speaking of a big-time player here in the UA break room, Dustin Aronson is certainly known to have some of the best hits and some of the best plays here in UA break room history. So thank you, man, for getting that together so quickly. So let's get this into the randomizer. I'm going to drop ask for 2 numbers in just a second, guys, in the chat. What number is this for the double?
This is double number 10.
Thank you.
We'll be at 4 boxes after this. So are people on this? Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can have another diamond double in there.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. 2 numbers for the diamond double, please. The names on the screen is who I am looking for: Scott Simmons, Ryan Andreessen, also known as Bofidis, Rob Finch, Joe Rosales, Trenton Harrington, good to see you, Trenton, Alfredo Lisciato, Eric Zaffron, and Dustin Aronson. Well, in classic Gladiator fashion, Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix would be happy about this one. We got ourselves an 8-on-8 person breaker, mano y mano, all the way up and down the list. This is what I love to see, guys. This is pure competition getting ready to ensue here between these 8 gentlemen. So this is going to be some fun stuff. So 7 times around the world we go. This is what I love to see. This, and then when somebody in an 8-person break, it goes 4 and 4.
Yeah.
That's probably my other favorite alignment that I like to see. I saw some really friendly competition yesterday. So, by the way, for those that are just tuning in, good luck, Eric. Fuglin, you know all about this. You can let the people know, the newbies that are tuning in. We're trying to get something figured out with our product cam that we got going on right now. So, I'm going to give this another shot again, actually, here. So, product cam. It's got to be something with the link in here.
Yeah. It's not that.
Let's see. It's got to be something that's deactivated from this, guys. So I do not want to deactivate this and hit this. Configure video. I can tell you how to fix it. Don't let Rob touch it. Yep, there you go, Fuglin. This is why they pay you the big bucks. Oh, wait. I'm just kidding, buddy. Okay, so that's the one that it's got to be on. Now it's just got to configure the video. No? No? Okay. All right. Well, this is why I'm not an IT consultant. Okay, so Trent Harrington in the NFC North, Rob Finch in the NFC South, Alfredo Lisciato in the NFC East, Joe Rosales in the NFC West, Dustin Aronson in the AFC North, Scott Simmons in the AFC South, Eric Zaffron in the AFC East, Ryan Andreessen, AFC West. Rounding it out, we're going to do the wheel, unless somebody drops 2 numbers for me in the last couple of moments here. Let's get ourselves to the wheel for the, surprisingly, Chinmay, the first time today. We've actually done the wheel. You know what? Just because you've done such a great job on the 1s and 2s, I'll start this at the number 8. So let's see how this goes. Again, we are looking for Aiden Hutchinson, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Emmitt Smith, and Brock Bowers. Chinmay, we are going with the number 26, or that closest to it. Let's see what we got available. For the diamonds, we should have 1, 2, 9, 22, 29, and 30.
Yeah. So 29 would be the closest to 26.
Sounds good. That'll be our first one. Let me get that off the ticker. All right. And then the second go around, you spin me right round. And that's going to be number 30 or 1. It's going to be number 1, actually. Did make its way around. Which should be there, right?
Yeah.
Box 1. 1 and 29. Yep. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. See what we got here, guys. So I'm going to go to here for what we got for this right now. I'll bring the authentic in front of the screen for you guys. And again, until we got that product cam all synced up and working once again. So we're going to go with box number 1 here with what we got. So good luck to everybody. 8 gentlemen fighting for 4 headliner authentics. Let's see what we got. This looks purty. It is a purty one, and it's not named Brock. However, this guy does see Brock Purdy at least 2 times a year. We talked about his wide receiving prowess earlier on today. The NFL's current leading wide receiver, as Chinmay mentioned, on pace to break the single season receiving yards mark in NFL history. Let's fly high today with Jackson Smith-Njigba on the Lunar Authentic, and absolutely gorgeous neon customization there. A beautiful alternate hit, and that's going to go into the NFC West winner in Joe Rosales. Mr.
Great
Rosales,
hit.
come on down.
Great hit.
Awesome, awesome hit. I'll bring this back up for you guys. I'll bring JSN over in front of the main cam here. Let me know how that looks. Hopefully it looks all right.
Yeah, it looks great. Digging the neon really on. I'm not a big Seahawks guy for obvious reasons, but digging the neon and digging the pattern across the crown of the helmet. Really, really awesome work there on the authentic.
Very, very cool. So congratulations, Joe. Without a doubt, that bad boy is staying on the table. Gonna get that written up for our next one. So this is exactly why you pay to play, guys. So Jackson Smith-Njigba is by the boards. Aiden Hutchinson, Emmitt Smith, and Brock Bowers still waiting to go.
We will have the mini break coming up as well after this.
Let's go. Awesome to see. Who closed that out?
That would be Michael Curry.
Curd Dog. My man. Love to see it. Thank you, Michael. Also want to give a shout out to obviously the best customers in the business. Here in the Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Eric, you're in the AFC East, buddy. You are out east in the AFC. If you could see it right below Chinmay and myself. I know the all-black screen is a little odd. We're having problems with our product cam right now, but all the division alignments are right there for the 2-minute warning, Diamond Double number 10. So Jackson Smith-Njigba to Joe Rosales. Yes, Foog. Yes, I did. I did indeed break it. No, I didn't. But if that's the story that everybody wants to tell, I'll let them tell it. Box 1 is gone. Box 29 is here. Thank you, Chinmay. Thank you, Michael, again for closing out that triple box break, which we know is going to have TJ Watt.
Yeah.
And then I always say that the minis and the jerseys are always the best for the hidden gems. Mm-hmm. Oh, Eric said it wasn't up for a few minutes. Okay, I can understand why you ended up putting Wheel for the call there. So Yeah, unfortunately, when I ended up putting the numbers in there, your comment for wheel and then the box number that I asked for, which you said wheel, obviously totally cool. It's almost like a 5-minute separation between that and your comments. So if that was lagging a little bit behind, Eric, I apologize. Sometimes our stream does tend to lag a little bit behind on Facebook.
Yeah.
From what I've been told, Twitch has the most up-to-date recent stream. So let's see if we can go back-to-back on headliners here. Wow. Oh, this is an absolute beauty. Woo! Wow, this is one of my favorite defensive players to watch growing up. One of my favorite safeties in the entire league. If that cam is broken, why are you featuring it? William, good question. Just so people know what divisions they are in. Like Eric, who wants to know what division he was in. Now, I swear Eric saw that he was in the AFC East, right? You wanted to know what division he's in? Well, it's a good thing that he asked. Woo-hoo. It's a Rodney Harrison. We got ourselves a beautiful Rodney Harrison, all red Pat the Patriot, New England Patriot lid for number 37. Rodney Dangerfield Harrison. Don't think that's his middle name. But an absolutely beautiful hit for Mr. Zaffron. Bringing this around for you, my friend. Doesn't get much better than that.
That's really nice.
This is cool. I'm something, dude.
The red Patriots helmet is phenomenal. We've seen Rodney Harrison on a Patriots helmet. We've seen Rodney Harrison on a Chargers helmet. Have not seen the red Patriots helmets though.
No, we have not.
In the break room.
I've seen Darrelle Revis one time.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the first one that I've seen. I didn't even see Darrelle Revis in person. He was just on the graphic. So this is the first one I've actually seen as well. So he said, "Nice, thank you." So I think the trick now is just asking what division you're in the chat.
Yeah.
Right before the break happens. That's what happened with Eric. Dude, yesterday when I was doing my show with Robbie Lopez at 3 o'clock, I would mention a team like the Packers, the Vikings, 3 times in a row. The team that I mentioned right before, it ended up
You're Beetlejuice.
a player on the I Beetlejuiced it, literally. It was crazy, man. So congratulations to Eric, congratulations to Joe, and we got that triple coming up in the minis. So we're not going to need a box number for those since it's the last one. Those will be pulled out. Let me just get this real quick. There's a diamond double. Hopefully everybody's staying warm and cozy on this Chicagoland area, freezing Saturday morning. Are you what's your preferred season, man?
Fall is definitely the preferred season.
Yeah.
I'm a big quarter zep and hoodies type of guy.
Very active.
So that's like
appropriate.
My default state is like quarter zips and hoodies. So fall and spring are probably top 1 and 2. Summer is awesome only because you can do so much stuff outside in Chicago in the summer that makes summer great. So summer and spring probably tied for 2, but fall is definitely 1. Summer, spring are tied for 2, and then winter's last. I actually don't mind the cold and the snow though. I'm a fan of all the seasons. I think every season has its own sort of charm to it.
Well, if you live around Chicago, you might actually get all 4 seasons in 1 week.
Yeah.
If you're especially in the springtime. Man, there was I think it was in April of last year. I think in 1 week we were like low 30s, high 20s. We had snow, and then by that following week when we were like 75 to 80. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's pretty insane.
April and October, you can get all 4 seasons in the same week.
You never really know what you might get in Midwest weather and in this break room, such as Eric and Joe just realized. So Rodney Harrison and Jackson Smith and then Jigba are off the boards, guys. That diamond double was put back up, so we refresh on that. 4 boxes left, and we still have 3 headliners now. So, Aiden Hutchinson, Emmitt Smith, and Brock Bowers. You have a 75% chance of getting Emmitt Smith, Aiden Hutchinson, or Brock Bowers on a authentic. Just so you guys can see here before I take off the, man, I got some, I'll call this the blindfold cam for right now. Chris Smith dominating this series in break spots. He's the king of the NFC North and the South, mixed in with the AFC North, East, and West. Michael Curry in the NFC
so
East.
we know he's getting the TJ Watt.
He knows he's getting the TJ Watt, exactly. And then John Narvaez in the AFC South. So, let me do this real quick. Just so I know. Let me see here. This is the challenge flag, right, Shipman?
Yeah.
Just so I know. And you know what? It's funny how life works. Would have been this regardless. Let's see our man. The one that Chris Smith wanted to get into. Chris Smith out there. My friend, are you a Pittsburgh Steelers fan? If you're not, you're definitely going to be after seeing this. The former Defensive Player of the Year, number 90 of the black and gold, TJ Watt time.
That's one that you're definitely going to have to walk up.
Yeah. Say what? An awesome hit there for, again, one of the best edge rushers and all-around defensive units.
He recently overtook his brother JJ on the sacks leaderboard in the NFL.
Yes, he did.
One of the all-time game wreckers in the NFL, TJ Watt, constantly has to be double teamed to prevent him from taking over games. He's been one of the bright spots in the Pittsburgh defense this season and for pretty much the last half decade.
Amazing hit there, Chris. Again, this is why you pay to play, right? This is exactly why you get in series to get headliner hits like this. And not only do this, but again, it's a double whammy for yourself. You're also giving yourself and everybody else at Ultimate Autographs a chance to get into that brand new practice squad series. Again, once that is up, once that's ready and fresh, I'll get that up and ready for you guys. So, TJ Watt mini to Chris Smith. I do not know if Chris is a Steelers fan. He is now. He definitely is now. And I mean, even on a triple box breakpoint, even if he does not land anything else in any of his other divisions, Chinmay, I think he'll be very happy with the result of this TJ Watt. Now, again, the hidden gems are, honestly, as a breaker here with you guys, they're my favorite here. They're definitely my favorite thing about being a breaker because of the randomness. You never know what all-time greats might reside in one of these boxes. This is box 17 out of 30. The second to last box of this Challenge Flag mini series. Even if he's not, that's a great person to have in your PC. Congratulations. Yeah. And an even better human being in TJ Watt. Multiple time nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. He said, nope, but my stepson loves Watt. Oh, awesome. So Rams is Chris. Oh, nice. Very, very cool. So I've seen you in the comment section lately, Mr. Smith. So hope you enjoy your TJ Watt mini, and let's see if you can add on to that. Let's see the other divisions that we got here. All right. Oh, my God. This is crazy. This guy was, again, this is why hidden gems are amazing, man. I'm actually shocked this guy is not a... We see this guy as a photo headliner in this series from time to time. And this is going to be a very appreciative hit for Chris Smith ×2 on a throwback Dolphins mini. This is Ricky Williams.
Oh, nice.
Ricky Williams hitting holes, smoking bowls.
Is that the inscription on there?
It is not. It is his regular signature. Something to behold, man. An absolutely beautiful retro Miami Dolphins logo. That's awesome. You got the aqua teal gate right on the front. This is on a speed mini. Nice.
Cleaning up in the breaks, though.
Whew.
Cleaning up in the breaks.
Yes, he is, and that is all of what's important. Very, very nice. Yeah, Fugi agrees as well. Love myself some Ricky Williams, man. Ricky Williams, obviously known for his personality, his antics off the field. As he mentions a lot, we get Ricky Williams Wii jerseys all of the time.
Yeah.
We actually had another one pulled yesterday. Ricky Williams, a huge fan of Ultimate Autographs, as we are of him. But again, one of the things he's probably most known for, obviously Texas Longhorn legend, but Mike Ditka basically trading away 2 whole draft classes to trade up and get Ricky Williams as a New Orleans Saint. We know how that looks in retrospect, but obviously his college career and his personal life, easily one of the best guys to root for in NFL history. Chris Smith. We seen progress on anything else, Chinmay?
We have not, but I will be willing to. We'll be able to make that practice squad live here shortly.
So we'll get that end up loaded up for our 12 o'clock crew, which again will be you and I. You guys
same people. It'll be the same people.
Same people running it back. Hopefully one more camera will be joining us.
Yeah.
He said willing to sell the Williams mini. So I've seen some stuff in the chat going on this morning, potential trades, so on and so forth. So again, If you do want to trade that Williams mini, it has to be on another trade with somebody that's won an item in the show, unless you decide to do something obviously outside of here. You exchange emails, things of that nature, but just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So, he said sell. Yeah, willing to sell the Williams mini. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here for our final. The last box, of course, Challenge Mini Flag mini series number 30. We got a Hall of Fame wide receiver. And how about this? A triple up in 3 different divisions, Chidmay. We got the Hall of Famer in Charlie Joyner. One of the nicest signatures that you will see here at Ultimate Autographs. One of the original Chargers greats. And I say this all the time about Chargers, Dolphins, and Jaguars memorabilia here. You can never get a bad-looking lid from any of those teams, especially this throwback navy blue. An electrifying hit. Bolt up, Chris. A triple up for Chris Smith to close out the triple box break in the minis. Now that's how you win the series.
Yeah, we talked about with Kurt Warner, greatest offenses. Charlie Joyner, part of that Air Coryell offense for the Chargers, helped make him a Hall of Famer. So great work there from Chris Smith. That's why you buy multiple spots. That's why you get into multiple spots in the break so that you can get across the divisions and get yourself a Hall of Famer, a headliner hit, and one of the most exciting memorabilias for in terms of inscriptions and off-brand stuff. Unfortunately, that Ricky Williams doesn't have an inscription, but we know that Ricky can be creative with his inscriptions there.
All three of those, man, awesome stuff for Chris. This is why you pay to play. Congratulations on sweeping the board there, Mr. Smith. So that leads us right into, let's just do hits of the show since we're talking about it. I'll round it up with that Chase wheel spin. Charles, as always, thank you for being on the P's and Q's with the reminders. So our hits of the show are going to come from the last couple of minutes here now. Of course, if you want to add in the Curry jersey, the AI Funko Pop, or the John Kruk jersey, go crazy. But I'm going to stick with what's on the table.
Yeah.
So 5-1. What do you got for me?
Oh, okay. We're going all 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do JSN 1 because JSN's on my fantasy team, so I got to rank him 1.
Woo! Respect.
I'll do the Watt Mini number 2. Then I'll go Rodney 3. I'll go Chargers and Dolphins. It's so tough because they're both good. My love for LT, I'll go with the Chargers. I'll go with Charlie Joyner as 4 and Ricky as 5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's.
I'm not a big drug guy, so
yeah, no.
so I can't really elevate Ricky above.
I saw you popping some Tylenol before we got in here.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So we got five to choose from. So yeah, no, definitely it's your own personal preference. So, man, yeah, I'm going more the aesthetics right here. And this is where my shocker is going to come with my first overall pick.
Okay.
I'm going to go Rodney Harrison with my first, just because of how gorgeous that Patriot red is. I'm not going to get too crazy. JSN is going to follow him at number 2. I'll put Ricky Williams at 3, just because of the throwback Miami aesthetic. TJ Watt at 4. Foog, you know that I love TJ Watt. I put TJ Watt at 3 yesterday. I'm putting TJ Watt at 4 just because of aesthetically. It wasn't the lid, though, we saw yesterday. We saw this custom TJ Watt Speed Flex that had steel wrapped around the bottom of it. A part of the Speed Flex series is a part of the Steel City, obviously. Fook said, what? I knew that was going to provoke a reaction. As soon as I said TJ Watt 4, I know that the tomatoes were going to be thrown my direction.
You're gonna have to do some apologizing there.
Rob, we can't be friends anymore. So, Foogie. Oh, man, and I actually did say yesterday that I would rate TJ higher if he popped up. I just didn't know it would be this soon, Fooglin. I'm sorry. Can I see the Harrison close again? Yes, you certainly can, Eric. And then I'll wrap up with Charlie Joyner at number 5. But, Eric, before I do that, let's get is the Chase wheel spin good to go?
Chase wheel spin is good to go.
Thank you, my friend. Should be 18 names in here.
18. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see what we got here, everybody. Good luck to everyone. So this is a part of the Weekend Warrior. That 1-4 mixer did not close out for a separate Chase wheel spin. Looking for this to go around 7 times. We have Kevin Sack at the top 6 times around. Does he stand on business? He does not. It's going to the Batman out in Gotham, as he is going to get some UA credit to go his way. Joshua Bateman is going to return from fighting crime at 12 o'clock to use some of this chase wheel spin action. So, Josh, I'll give you a little bit of time, my friend. I'll give you about, I'll show Eric what he's got going on with the Rodney Harrison. By the time that I sit back down, if Josh hasn't given me a number, I will spin that bad boy around. So, Eric, let me bring you this up again. Again, guys, our sincere apologies for the product cam not being in use, but you get to see Chicken and I more.
Yeah.
Screen, so
By the way, both practice squads, the practice squad single and practice squad double, have been made live.
Sweet.
So you can jump into those, get ahead of that for the noon show. But those have both been made live.
Beautiful. Kind of like this Rodney Harrison lid. Eric, hopefully you're a huge fan, my friend, kind of like Chinman and I both are. I do not see a comment yet from the Batman. So because of that, let's do a little spinnerooski, see what he's got for us today. Good luck to the Batman, and it's going to go to, oh boy. Well, Matt and Jeff will be happy. Josh will not be. It's going to be 6. Let's give Josh 10.
All right.
Let's give Josh 10. Do a little roundup there. Eric, no, thank you. You made the magic happen, my friend. That's why you buy into the breaks, and you get exactly what you're hopefully looking for. So that's 10 to go to Josh Bateman for the chase wheel spin. That's going to do it for Chinmay and myself here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. We're going to step away for about the next 55 or so. We'll be back here at noon Central Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We are live every single day, 7 days a week. Again, new practice squad series, as Chinmay said, is going to be coming up. It's already posted. Get those break spots in. Get those pre-fills in. We want to start hot off the show with some breaks at the top of the hour at noon. College game day just kicked off. And of course, Chinmay and I spread picks. Do not want to miss that coming up at noon. Chinmay, any final thoughts at all before we transition to the next
No, it's been a phenomenal morning show. Was questioning getting here with the snow coming down, but we've got some great hits to make up for it, and I'm sure we'll continue that at noon. Hope to see you guys all when we get back on here at noon.
Thank you guys all so much. For Chinmay, this is Rob. As the man just said to my left, we will see you guys at noon. Stay warm out there. If it has affecting the current part of the hemisphere that you're in, stay safe and also buy into those breaks. Have a good one, guys.